G'day guys, Josh here. Welcome to my Valtan Part 2 guide. As you guys can see, this is one of the better attempts that I had. I'm going to tell you guys right now, I haven't killed it yet, but this is one of the better attempts that I've had at the moment, basically, to help this guys out. Basically, this is phase 1 of Valtan, as you call it. So phase 1 of Valtan, you want to get to this area here. So you want to get to this area here. The main reason why is that the first move he does after his Whirlwind is that he's going to charge into that wall. And you want to charge into that wall because his Whirlwind will destroy the initial wall here, and then bash into here. Then afterwards, you want to move up to here to see if he'll bait a charge or he'll jump at you. So be ready after this initial setup. So first thing you want to do is when he charges to that wall, use a destruction bomb. You can see here they got my destruction bombs here. Let's just play this out, okay? See what it is here. So here comes the charge. And then what you want to do is he charges in, and then you can see me, getting towards that area facing the wall. And then we're going to see what he does, okay? So he gets breaking armor. You want to break his arm on the first one, okay? Like, if you don't break his arm on the first one, you can, stop the fight, but you don't have to. But I recommend, generally you do, because it gets you into really awful scenarios if you don't break on the first time. Now let's continue, okay? Now you can see it's a Twitch video. So now he does the second charge and set it to the top, dodge out of it when the third one hits, and then DPS him again. Now, this is a little Jose tip here as well, okay? So after the second charge, he will do his free swipe attack and bash the ground and then do another reverberation attack, okay? When he's in the first part of that attack, you can still use destruction abilities, okay? You'll see this here. Me still using the destruction abilities here when he's doing it. So you can see here, he does the free slash, and you can still use destruction abilities here to do damage, okay? So if I use my R and D, it would still do damage to his destruction. It helps for the second guy. Now the next part is the axe phases, okay? Move in a circle, okay? Guys, if you're moving in huge circles, you are going to grief people, okay? So in this scenario here, I decided to stop because I got a bar shield on me. So I'm just like, I can just stop here basically, okay? So next up with this fight is that make sure you go to a wall, okay? Because as soon as he comes out of the first axe phase, he can do 2 or 3 distinct patterns. And one of the patterns has a charge at the start of it, okay? Therefore, you want to have your back facing a wall that he can charge into so he can break, so you can break his second piece of armor, okay? He has 2 pieces of armor. As you can see here, he's still got 1 piece of armor, okay? Let's continue. So he decides to do the free slash attack and then bash the ground and whirlwind like that. The pulsing, and now he does the charge again. Now with the charge, you want to face at this wall, okay? So the next wall is this wall, okay? So this wall will be the only wall that won't be cleared out. So top right will be fully cleared out. Maybe top left might be cleared out depending on if he whirlwinded first, if he dived or whirlwinded, or if he charged first. So top left won't be cleared out if he didn't dive and then whirlwind to you guys, okay? So just be aware of that as well. So then you should break his second arm on the third one, ideally, and then just beat the hell out of him, okay? Now those blue orbs there, you can grab those blue orbs to not die to the wipe attack, okay? But however, if you want to not die to the wipe attack, unless you're using Balfour, of course, you need to dodge the first strike, okay? But if you got Balfour, it doesn't matter. Balfour will block the attack and you go through the next phase. Now, if you do get caught, in those things where you have a bad axe phase or anything like that, use your time stop potion, okay? So you got a time stop potion here. Use it as soon as the red thing gets almost close to the edge, okay? And you'll be guaranteed to survive through that pulse, okay? Don't use it when it's just coming out. Use it as it gets to the edge, okay? It'll save you a bit of time. Now, basically just DPS the boss down to 130 HP. Once he hits 130 bars, he'll do his next mechanic, where he'll do the giant hammer slash, where he does 1 slash, holds it up, bashes it, and then holds up a bigger one, and then bashes it again. You want to get Balfour done at 130, and also as well, with the free slash attack as well, you can see how I dodge it there as well. So what you want to do with the 2 slash attack is you want to follow his behind for a bit, and then when he's about to bash the thing, you want to use a move ability to get in or walk in, okay? Either way is fine. So basically what you want to do is when he goes bang, bang, just follow his behind. And then when he does that and hits the ground, you sneak in with a movement attack or a dodge. Because if you sneak in too early, that bash is going to knock you back and you're going to take a lot of damage, okay? That's how I sneak in. And you only take a little bit of damage. You can't avoid not taking damage from this move unless you just back out so far away. That's not even funny, okay? You will take damage here. Now, during this phase as well, when the charges come out, they can't be counted yet. So just let them charge into the wilderness. Now, once it hits 130, you immediately Balfour. Whatever you're doing, just immediately Balfour, especially after an ability, okay? And everyone gets to the Balfour. See that little thing there, the finger? Get to it right away. and get the buff, okay? So because he'll most likely do his next ability, which will be the 1 slash, and it holds it up like that. You can see there. And then you get dodged abilities on the ground. If you don't dodge the ability, you lose your charge and you'll die. Unless you have Bow Force, of course, which we do. So you still have to DPS this guy quite a bit. You have to DPS this guy to roughly 115, I believe. Or I don't actually know, he phases out after 2 abilities. So he'll phase out here, and he'll go to his next phase, which is going to be phase 2, the platform, as I call it, okay? So basically, he blows up all the castle walls, and he'll do a platform. If you got adrenaline or anything like that, you can still use abilities during this. So this is the first attack, which is, as I call it, run and die. So what he does, he whacks 1 area, then whacks 2 area, then whacks 3 area. Okay, so what you want to do is that you get to the side, first of all. So when he whacks 1 area, you go to the side, do your DPS for abilities. When he whacks the second area, you move there. If you need to do back attacks, you move to that area and start doing back attacks. And then he whacks like that, okay? You get about 2 attacks in that finger, like 2 major attacks there. And then you have to back off because he'll start his next attack. But that's how you dodge it. You get to the side. If where you hit doesn't matter, you can stay at the side. But if you need to get a back attack after he does the second one, you only do the third one and that's it. So just continue. So you can see here we staggered him during that, so he didn't do his full finger. When he's staggered, just basically beat him up. Now with the Whirlwind, as you see there, I soaked it for a bit. I was a bit greedy, as I said. When you get him staggered, you got room for 3 attacks, including 1 awakening, okay? After the 3rd attack, you should back out. He's most likely going to Whirlwind, okay? And there are 2 types of Whirlwinds, okay? But we'll keep going with this. So this is axes. He will only spawn 3 axes. Now, you need to find out where he lands and get to it right away, because after he lands, he shockwaves and does everything else to the platform like that. Now, this is particularly dangerous on the first stage, because it is a lot of ground you've got to cover. He also targets a person to jump on as well. And since everyone's going to be running around everywhere, it's really hard to potentially avoid damage here. So just be aware that you may take damage from this mechanic. However, it gets easier and easier as the phase goes on. And he stops doing it altogether when there's just a little platform left. But back in the second phase, for example, it's a lot easier because you can realistically move to the location and be safe. However, at the same time, make sure your back's not facing the edge in the second phase, okay? When it happens in the second phase, if you get hit by it, by the axe and knocked off, you die. Let's continue. So next mechanic, he's going to throw his axe up to do the first column mechanic as well. Now, let's do a few things first of all as well with this column mechanic. Is that one person will be focused with a red laser. That person needs to dodge it, okay? Needs to dodge the red laser. If you do not dodge the red laser, you will die. You cannot time stop in a red laser, otherwise you'll die. You need to get behind a rock. So what you generally do is that you don't even target a crystal with the red beam, okay? You don't even target a crystal, okay? You basically just put it in the center and then move to one of the rocks, okay? You can even move right or left, okay? That's pretty much it. Or you can target one of the rocks and just move right to left. You basically want to be closest to Valtan as well and moving left and right and then charge the next crystal you get, okay? You do get enough time. And yeah, just be aware that if you're in the red at all, you're just dead, pretty much. You're just dead. I'm not sure if I get this one, but pretty much if you want to keep your adrenaline up, you're going to be using abilities during this as well. So you can see here, I keep it in between, and then I roll to the right one, okay? So let's do that again, because some people do die to this. So just be aware, like, we'll do it again. We'll see it again. So you see how I act right away is that I don't target a stone with this red crystal, because I don't need to. I don't need to at all. Like, it's pointless for me to target it. So go in between both, go closest to Valtan. When it stops, just immediately go behind the crystal. Just a dodge, just a single dodge, and a movability as well if you want to use it. Now, next one is going to target another person. Generally, he targets the same person I was targeting before, but for some reason, he targeted someone else. Now, just use your back attack if you're not the one target, and that's it. He will do a whirlwind afterwards as well. It's the same thing as the stagger. You only got 3 attacks before you got to back out. Now, you got to use your judgment as well. Now, this is another 3 attack. See here, as I just remain behind. And then after he batches it in, I move in. And I get hit this time as well. The reason why I get hit is that you need to stay on this side, okay? You need to stay on this side of it. If you are here, you get slashed and knocked into this and knocked away a bit further. Now, for my least favorite mechanic on the fight is the teleporting, okay? These portals are annoying. If you see a little glimpse on the ground, as you can see there, like you see there previously, you need to dodge immediately, okay? Otherwise, you can get hit. And you get hit for 20k damage. I've seen players die to this when they get hit by 4 or more, and they couldn't really drink a pot because it also paralyzes you as well. Now, here's the one mechanic where he just dives at one side and dives to another side. There are multiple variations of this attack where he just dives one side and then the cross comes out. He dives one side and dives to the second side. He dives one side and keeps whacking, and then it goes kill, kill, kill. When he says kill, 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 he will only bash that one area. So just be aware of that. There's a lot of variations of that attack that can be done. So this is this is what I call, funnily enough, the Guardian Ape Attacks. If you ever done Guardian Ape in Sekiro, where he goes like this and you have to parry him perfectly to do like a really big attack. But you know, you can also call this cross as well. So he'll target like this, okay? So the thing is that he'll hit the ground probably about 5 minutes in front of him, and a cross of rocks will come out from front of him and behind him. Do not be behind the boss at the stage. Just go to the side. Go to the side of the boss and you're safe, okay? You'll see here, already at the side, completely safe. Let's go to the side and go behind the boss. Now, this part at 90 bars, so as you can see here, 90 bars have been attained, he will destroy a part of the platform. Be aware of that, okay? And then he'll whirlwind, okay? So basically what you want to do at 90 bars is that you want to be in the center platform. And the reason why you want to be in the center platform is so you're not going to be a trigger of falling off. Then afterwards, he does another column phase. You can move from here to here if you want to have the red guy down there, so people here don't have to dodge. But you want to do that afterwards generally. You got a lot more time, that's why. So you can see here that I can move over to try and target elsewhere, but unfortunately in this case we've got a gun lancer, and basically you want to do, you know, get close to the boss and go left to right and then move in. Now, basically, right away, you want to move out, okay? Don't bother. You can do 1 or 2 attacks with a shotgun, but you got to back out. Now, this is an ability that has to be countered. This is one of the abilities that have to be countered. So for AU ping, when he hits the ground the second time, basically 0.5 seconds, or just counterattack immediately, because by the time you get your counterattack up, he'll be charging and you'll interrupt him. So when he bashes the ground the second time with his fist, hit the counterattack button. You'll counterattack him 100% of the time, okay? If you're too late, you're just going to get hit for 20k damage. But also as well, make sure you're in front of him. If you're not in front of him, don't bother. Just back out. Don't bother about the counter. Gun Lancers should be the ones doing the countering. So Gun Lancers got the best counters in the game, and it's not really affected by knockbacks at all. And also they have a shield to survive it as well. This is just a single stagger. There's a later one where there's a triple counter as well. And the triple counter basically is that the person who counters it gets a silencer and have to back away. In hard mode, 3 orbs spawn that you must run away from. If you do not run away from it and it soaks on you, it will trigger a burst just as the counter is about to activate. And that could wipe your raid if it triggers that. So just run away from the orbs if it's focused on you. Even if you are wanting the counter, okay? Just run out. Don't bother. Even, in fact, just have a counter rotation just in case and backups if needed. So yeah, we get a stagger here as well. Now, this is what I call the jazz hands phase. Okay, the jazz hands phase. So he grabs his axe and then he swings around like that after enough attacks have hit him. So what you want to do is look for his hands. Look for his hands. Look where his hands are and stay there. If you find his hands, you'll be safe, okay? So jazz hands, okay? Just remember that. Jazz hands, okay? Find his hands and you'll be safe, okay? Always find his hands. If you are like at this back and far away and can't get to his hands, just back out, okay? However, in the third phase is really, really important because if you get hit by this, you'll die. Or most likely die. Okay, so look what his hands are. So you can see his hands are here. And you can see I'm right there. Easy peasy, easy dodge. Now, this is the variation of an attack, as you can see here, the double bash as well. I thought it was going to be the kill, 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 but it wasn't. Whirlwind, just back out, just use your range attacks, and that's it. Now, what you want to see is you want to see what this guy does. This is the kill, 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 as I said before. You want to go back to the second, see how I went back to the backside of the second one? That's how you do it. You get 1 free attack as well there as well. Now, this is the Guardian Ape Attack to cross again. See how it got to the side? Perfect. Now, this is the finger attack. Now, I can walk in there because I'm already in a good spot to begin with. Now, sometimes you can walk in. Sometimes you have to somersault shot in or dodge in. If you can walk in, which means that when he's about to hit the ground, like the axe is about to hit the ground, that you're already in that circle, you're safe. Don't bother. Don't do anything else, okay? Otherwise, you're going to knock yourself out. Now, at 64 bars, you should all stack up, and you generate a void zone after he does a pulse. Basically, the reason why you stack up is so you can just go out afterwards. It's very easy to dodge. And that's pretty much it. You may not see all the mechanics in this phase, by the way. There's going to be other variations of mechanics which I'll explain after the fight. But we'll continue digress at the moment. So next one, it basically is that he will do the grab attack. So if he ever stops and looks at someone and then puts the arm out, generally if he looks at someone for more than longer than 2 to 3 seconds and doesn't do an attack, he is going to grab. He's going to go bam, go to the edge and try to blow off your platform. If you are on ghost phase, you will die. He does this on ghost phase, you'll die instantly. And also it tells you where the grab is. You can die from this attack as well if you're close to the edge. But if you grab, you won't die. You actually survive. You'll just be on the center platform during this phase, okay? but you still don't want to get grabbed in general, okay? Because you do less DPS. Now, once again, this is another counter. As you can see here, I counter it when he bashes the ground a second time, okay? Because you'll always hit it with a jump kick or whatever it is in force execution. Now, this is the kill mechanic she does. Now, this is obviously the Guardian Ape, the Sekiro cross. And now, this once again, hands, fun hands. As you can see here, the hands are not safe, okay? When the hands are not safe is when the hands are on the edge of a wall. And I'd be like, not safe, back out. In the go phase and in later phases, there may be, it's very rare that it can occur. But be aware that the ghost phase, he will always be in the center, so you should be fine. But in the third phase, just be careful of it as well. You can actually back out to another corner if you feel that's the case. Now that's another whirlwind. He can do a variation. Okay, so basically if he dives for a cross, so if he does a cross dive, he can whirlwind back to the spot where he was. So be aware of that as well. If he cross dives, don't follow him. Okay, don't follow him for the cross dive. He could whirlwind back to you, and if you go in, you'll take damage from the whirlwind. So this is kill. Okay, so he targets 3 areas where he generally targets 1 player, and he just keeps doing a kill. You actually do it 4 times or so. And now it's just portal phase. Portal phase is actually very, very risky when there's 1 platform down. It's because you can easily get knocked into it. And you can see here they get hit twice by the portals. You can see why I hate it so much. He can either jump down or teleport in like this. Now, we don't have the triple counter, so we get extremely lucky because the triple counter is actually a very, very difficult mechanic to deal with as well. So before we go on here as well, there's 2 additional mechanics because we're going to get to phase 3 shortly enough. There's a triple counter mechanic. So the first triple counter, you have to counter it. It's easy. It does a lot of damage if you don't. When the second counter spawns, 3 orbs will spawn in hard mode. No orbs will spawn in normal. The 3 orbs will follow 1 person. These people must run the orbs away. When the counter has been done, the orbs will disappear. If you get hit by the orbs during the counter, the orbs will proc when the counter occurs, and it will pulse 4 or 5 times afterwards. You will get knocked off if you get hit by an orb as well. Okay, you'll get knocked off if you get hit by any orb damage. So pretty much just run away and don't bother countering unless you're far ahead of the orb, like you basically cut the orb around, you can counter it. Go for it. This will happen on the second and the third triple counter, okay? Now, another mechanic as well is that he does a swipe, a whirlwind, and he backs up to the edge and does a big slam. All you have to do is just get to the edge or get out of the cone. He will turn around 180 to do a big slam against you. So he'll do a 1 slash, then he'll do a whirlwind, and then he'll do a big slam later on. Basically, just get away from the area he's facing, okay? And you should survive. You should be pretty close to the boss anyway, so there should be no issues at all with that. Now, I'm trying to think of another other mechanic that we didn't see here at all before we go in. But I think that's pretty much it with the other mechanics. Okay, we saw the axe phase as well. Oh, that's right. He does a bash the ground. We'll see it later. He bashes the ground. You need to back out of it, and then you go back in. The ideal spot for that bash the ground mechanic is actually being behind him, because there's this little gap area where you can actually sit there, DPS, and not be hit. But what you got to do is just you back out a bit and then go back in with a movement ability. It's very, very simple. So this is another kill. So you go back to the second one, as you can see here, and you can do a bit of damage behind him as well. Now at 30, he'll do another break, and you just need to get to the edges. Okay, you need to get to the edges. If you don't get to the edges, you'll die to the whirlwind, and the whirlwind will knock you off. Okay, it'll get very, very close. Be aware of that as well. Now, you're getting to one of the harder mechanics of the fight, okay? So for this one, you have to do the same thing you did in the previous phase when he knocked it down. Just get behind one of them. And then you want to move to either side, like either to the close side or to one of the north or south ones, okay? To make this easier. Now, with the red beam, you want to hit at least 2 of them, okay? The main reason why you want to hit 2 of them, and I also get hit here as well, is that if you hit 2 of them, also dodge the whirlwind, it makes the next part a lot easier. So what he can do coming out of that, he can do a whirlwind or do a grab. If you hit 1, you need to dodge immediately, okay? After the free explode, okay? You need to dodge immediately to the free explode because he will grab. He will go for the grab. Anyone's in there, they're dead, okay? You gotta be quick to dodge. It's like basically as the free other column explodes, he's likely gonna grab, okay? If there's 2 blown up, he'll whirlwind instead because they're spread out, okay? So you can either whirlwind or grab. Be aware of that. And just be ready to dodge the grab. So hands again. Hands. Look for his hands. See how many in between his hands. Don't get hit. Now this is kill. He'll target the ground 3 times. And then he'll basically smash the area again for a 4th. And then basically some void zones will drop as well. Now this is the kill as well. Not kill, it's the backslash. And you get free damage here as well. And that's his hands again. This is actually really tame phase 3. See how the guy backed out there? If you're not sure, just back out. Now this is for this mechanic here, it's a lot harder to dodge. You need to dodge this. If you don't dodge this, you're dead, basically, if you don't have a dodge. So this is another kill. So as you can see, he's targeting one player, and he'll do that last slash. Now Balfour, they'll activate Balfour prematurely. You want to activate Balfour at 16. And this is the grab, by the way. So if you're in this, you're pretty much dead, but since we had Balfour, so it doesn't matter. Now he will, at 16, he will port and do his desperation attack, as he called it. You want to do Balfour probably when he hits 16 bars, okay? Because he'll port right afterwards. Now you do these crazy mechanics where he does this, he does that, he does all these things, stuff like that. You just got to dodge it. Then he starts smashing the ground and does this thing over and over again. That's a bit of damage. You can time stop here to mitigate some of the damage if you want to, but you don't have to. Now, if you've activated Balfour, you just go to the free area, basically. I just hide behind it just in case Balfour doesn't last, because we preemptively did Balfour, and we get to Ghost Phase. Now, there's a few mechanics that we missed as well, because it wasn't showing, because we didn't experience it during the this fight. And there's the, I think there was the jump cross that we missed, and the whirlwind back in. And there's obviously the bash that we explained earlier. But I'm trying to think of the other mechanic as well that's also in here, which is the whirl, jump, and smash. Another one is that he does smash an area and smashes free areas in particular. It's a really random mechanic. So we get to Ghost Phase. So Ghost Phase is a lot different. So be aware with Ghost Phase now, is that he'll whirlwind first off, okay, with Ghost Phase. Now be careful with Ghost Phase. Ghost Phase, he will not move from the center, okay? So be aware of that. So with any of the attacks, he still does the free slash attack and the bang. Remember, he will not move, okay? So the thing will be on the edge regardless, okay? So that's the grab mechanic now. So if you get grabbed, you die. Basically, the grab mechanic, when you see it, basically step away and then go back in. Now, the problem with stepping away as well, you're going to be weary that basically there'll be guys charging, ghosts charging later to fight across these edges, and if you get hit by them, you're dead. Okay, so just be wary of that as well. Like, after the grab has occurred and the stuff is blowing in, roll back into the center. And just obviously don't be in yellow. And if you get grabbed, you die this phase, okay? There's no way you're avoiding it. Now, basically, he will do this, the Guardian Finger, just as course, stays to the side. And now with the counter as well, when the thing faces you, count to 2 seconds, and then counter, and you'll get it. Now, when you do the counter, you get a buff called Necrotic Energy. You need to hit the boss, okay? If you hit the boss, it gets rid of Necrotic Energy. It takes an armor stack. On hard mode, you get 6. On easy mode, you get 4. Okay, so every time you hit him with Necrotic Energy, you take a stack, 1 stack off. So you can see here that you have a chance of taking 1 stack off. And you see Purify come up, it means you've got rid of one of his armor. So this is kill. Now, with kill, it is now consistent. So what kill will do is that it will hit the center, hit to the right, and then hit to the right a bit more, okay? Any of his attacks will not hit in a certain area around the ghost that you can counter attack. So if you're at the ghost, you are relatively safe, other than from the guys that charge up and down the edges, okay? So like if you get here, for example, this little area here, you should be relatively safe from all of his attacks. Because all of his attacks, like this, the cross will put here. So if you're here, you're fine. It's pretty much you'll be safe from all his attacks. There's going to be no RNG where he will attack an area where a ghost is, okay? Unless he's gone berserk. So another counter from me here as well, and it'll take a Purify. So once Purify comes up, his armor's gone off. Now he's only doing another kill. As you can see here, he goes a bit to the right, okay? He's right, okay? Remember that, he's right. Now this is another one here as well. So as you can see here, even though he does the free slash, he does not move. So let's just go back to it again, okay? You see here, when he does the free slash, he does not move, okay? See, does not move at all, okay? So it means you got to get to that empty spot yourself, okay? Just be aware of that. You can't follow him anymore. You have to get to that spot yourself. Now he does the Guardian thing again. And as you can see here, see how the Guardian Cross never hits the counter target? Be aware of that, see? Never hits the counter target. You'll be able to do a free counter easily. And same with the kill as well. Now with the hands, get to the hands. This can be very, very difficult if you counter and he puts the hands on the other side. Now this is a whirlwind as well. Now when you get to the max sidereal gauge, you'll need to use Fire Rain immediately, especially when he's got no armor. Now, at the same time as well, if you guys don't know, every successful counterattack you do increases the sidereal gauge, okay? To let you do the sidereal things earlier. Now, with the guys going across the ramps, be aware of them as well, and just time your counter correctly. So you can see a lot of dark grenades being put on the boss as well. And now there's the grab as well. So with the grab, basically as well, let the grab happen. You can even dodge the other side if you want as well, and just basically dodge it quickly. Now with Fire Rain being up as well, be very careful. We actually wipe here, by the way, because we thought it was a grab, but it was actually a whirlwind. Now we got the thing over here as well. So the grab came out, and I dodged the grab, and then he goes off the edge, basically, which sucks. And then there's the hands again. You have to dodge hands and that's always moves in phase 3, by the way, guys. That's always moves in phase 3. And that's pretty much it. We're not going to show the wipe, okay? We're going to stop, like, so we wipe here because I think it's a grab, but it's not a grab. See, it looks like a grab, but it's actually a whirlwind, okay? And I get killed here as well, which is, like, pretty sucky, okay? Like, you saw what I mean? It still looks like a grab, but it wasn't a grab. But anyways, guys, that was pretty much it. That's pretty much the guide for Valtan Phase 2. If there's any mechanics I missed, I think I did miss a mechanic. Oh, no, yeah, I did miss a mechanic. There's going to be a phase where there's going to be all orbs up around the room. 4 orbs. You need to grab every single orb, okay? And he will also do a counter at the same time. So what you want to do is you get Gun Lancer to counter, or any class that, you know, like a martial artist has a lot of counters and can't be knocked down so easily to counter. And you have all your movement casters pick up an orb. There's also another mechanic as well where 3 random players will get frozen, and you need to break them out. Your damage does not matter in that instance where the 3 purple people are. It's the amount of times you hit them. So if you got any moves that does like rapid fire into a player, use them, okay? Just rapid fire into a player, just use them. It doesn't matter the amount of damage it does, it matters how many times it deals damage, okay? And if you quickly blast them out, it's easier. If you don't, you take a lot of damage, okay? So that's why you want to blast them out. Same with the orbs. You want to soak all of them. There's going to be one orb, generally, that's in a really messed up location, and you could die from it as well if you get hit, okay? Just be aware of it. If you grab one of those orbs, just stay completely still at that location until all pulses disappear. Because if you get hit by them, you go to the left and fall off, you're going to die. And we don't want that, okay? And that's pretty much all the mechanics of the boss fight of Valtan here. And the ways to dodge them and base like that. Hope you guys enjoyed this guide. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day.